All right, so it's agreed. We promote the Ambrosia line with a highly focused radio campaign.
It's the best way to reach our target market.
Especially since the line is not in the stores anymore.
Yes.
Now, Whip, you said you were working on a slogan.
Yeah, about that. I spoke to your father, and he suggested that I come up with some alternatives to the Get It On slogan. So I have been doing my research into the favorite phrases of Generation Y.
Generation Y, by the way, is not a favorite phrase.
Duly noted. Now, in terms of expressing approval, I think you'll all be reassured to know, as I was, that the classic cool is still far and away the front runner. There are some variations on the theme, and those are cool, cool, mad cool, hella cool, chief among them. Synonyms currently in use include tight, sweet, suave, chill, bangin', fat, that's PH fat, straight or straight up, slammin', slick, savage, wicked, off the hook, on and poppin', and my personal favorite, better than sex.
The Ambrosia line, better than sex. Well, I think our work's finished here.
Now, listen, to communicate your attraction to a member of the opposite sex, you can get fresh, you can work it, you can get your Mac on. The overwhelming winner here, though, would seem to be holla at her.
Holla?
Mm-hmm, yes, Holla, derivative of holla.
Look, on that note...
You're right. You know what, I'll just get the notes to all of you, and I haven't forgotten I need to get you a copy of that tape. I will have it messengered over tonight.
Good.
Well, why don't you just drop it by? I mean, you are going to go visit your daughter.
Well, not sure about that. But either way, I'll make sure that I get you that tape tonight.
Good, thank you. It was a good meeting.
Hey. Thank you, sir.
What's going on with you guys?
What is in the oven? It smells so delicious.
Oh, well, that would be my chocolate creme brulee with caramelized lavender sugar on top. Thank you.
You better be careful, because Ridge, he's going to be going on these business trips
Oh, no.
all the time
No,
just
no,
so
no,
we
no,
can
no,
come
no.
home to nights like this.
No. So, what are your plans for this evening?
I thought I'd just hang out with you guys. I'm kidding. I'm going to go to the office for
Well, no,
a few
I'm really not
hours.
trying to run you off.
It's okay. I know how excited you are about seeing Ridge.
It's been way too long.
And besides, I think I'd like to be as far away from here as possible when Ridge finds out I'm staying here.
No, that is not going to be a big deal. Once I explain everything to him, it'll be fine.
Still, maybe you shouldn't tell him tonight.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I should make tonight just about Ridge and me.
Admiral Ridge Forrester. Yeah, ASAP. Oh, the trip was fantastic. Yes, are we still on for tomorrow? No, I'm looking forward to it. I went over all that in the plane. I understand you have some updated material too. Okay, if you want to get that over to me, I'll be here for the next hour and a half or... On second thought, have that delivered to my home, will you? In the morning. Hey, Massimo. You want to walk me down? I'll fill you in on
No,
what
I do
we're
not want to walk you down. I have a lot to go over with you, Ridge, so have a seat.
Well, unfortunately, that's got to wait till tomorrow.
It has been waiting, Ridge. You have been gone for weeks.
I've accomplished every one of our objectives here.
Yes, every one of Spectra's objectives. Now, when are you going to start paying attention to the other 90% of our business?
Tomorrow.
No. Not tomorrow. Damn it, I am sick to death of being put on hold.
What the hell's going on with you?
We had a deal. You were supposed to learn about this business. You were supposed to take over this business instead of wasting your time with some insignificant fashion house. Rich, you are consumed with beating Eric Forrester. The world is a lot bigger than that. You can be bigger than that. Do you have any idea what I am offering you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Then act like it.
Are you finished?
Not by a long shot.
Well, then I have to interrupt you then. Because tomorrow I have a meeting scheduled with the Admiral. We'll talk about global operations. Then I'll spend some quality time with Davis in financing to go over corporate structure. After that, I'll pay a visit to Quentin because I have a few questions about how he's handling the operations in Saudi Arabia. All that's going to happen tomorrow, my friend, because tonight I have a date with my wife and children whom I haven't seen in 3 or 4 weeks, okay? If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you could use a little time off yourself, so why don't you call my mother and take her out to dinner? What?
She left.
Excuse me?
Your mother has moved out.
What's going on with us?
Well, I haven't wanted to stick my nose in your business.
Honey, it's really nothing for you to worry about.
Yeah, the marriage thing, it gets kind of complicated. It's not something we have to tell you, right?
I lived with you guys. I wasn't aware you were having any problems.
Well, it's just not something that I'm ready to talk about.
I don't understand.
Look, Rick, your mom is a big girl, okay? She can take care of herself.
Yeah, well, it looks like she's gonna have to, huh, Whip?
Rick, I'm here for your mother in whatever capacity she needs me to be. She knows that. Don't you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And right now, what she needs the most is some space. I mean, in case you haven't noticed, there's a lot going on around here. She's got a brand new baby. I mean,
Well,
the company's a
isn't the
little bit-
baby a big part of why you got married? And now that she's here, you guys are separated? It just doesn't make any sense. Unless, of course, it was all just a big sham, and you married Whip to give the baby a name?
Well, if that were the case, I mean, don't you think the child would have a name by now?
Well, that's another thing. It's already been a month.
Well, Rick, you can't rush into giving a child a name. I mean, my mom did, and look what happened there.
You know, Whip, the more you joke, the more I know something's wrong.
Honey, there's no reason to be angry with Whip.
Well, if you're not upset with him, then why did you move out?
I can't answer your questions right now. I'm sorry. I know you're just trying to look out for me the way you always have. But Whip is right. I'm a big girl, and I can take care of myself. And your baby sister. And that's what I'm trying to do. Make decisions in her best interest.
Well, it's in her best interest to keep her away from her father?
Okay, Rick, that's enough.
Look, I'm just trying to understand
I
this.
know, and your mother has told you she cannot explain it right now, so you're just gonna have to give her privacy here.
Honey, please. Try not to worry. I'm doing better than I have in a long time. Really.
I'm here if you need me.
I know. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
No problem.
You say that, but it is a problem. All of the lies. I hate putting you in that position. And I hate being in that position.
Well, if you really feel that way, I think I have something that'll make both of our lives a hell of a lot easier.
Oh, this is lovely. That is so beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, I learned it from Rick.
Wow. He's very romantic.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a chance to talk to him today?
I figured I'd better not. You know, I mean, things were so great last night, and it was the first time in a long time. And I didn't want to screw it up. Oh, don't get me started. You've spent hours listening to me already. Like you said, tonight is your night. And you deserve it, so enjoy.
Well, you deserve to be happy, too.
I know. And I will be. We will be. I really believe that. And I probably wouldn't if I didn't have you backing me up, so thank you. Now go on, get dressed, get ready.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I'm gonna leave, you have fun.
Okay. Stay out as late as you want. Good night.
Mother moved out of your place? She go back to Dad?
Yes and no. She went back to the property and is living in one of the guest houses.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Well, after I explain it, it's going to make even less sense. According to your mother, she's not there to be near Eric. She's there to be near Brooke.
Be near Brooke?
Who is still living in one of the guest houses.
And Mother wants to be near her. What, to keep an eye on her?
Keep an eye on her child. Because your mother is convinced that Brooke cannot do the job herself, see? So your mother is willing to throw away the next 20 years of her life so that she could help her with the job.
I think I better go check on the baby.
No. Please don't run away. I want you to hear me out.
Okay.
I have something for you here.
What is it?
Chance to start over?
Whip.
Look, Brooke, I know why you haven't wanted to go back to that house. All right, it represents something for you now, a way of life that wasn't working. I mean, Ridge bought it for you. You lived there with Thorne, and, well, you and Deacon, you...
Let's not get into that.
Look, that is the house where you broke your daughter's heart. Now, how can you possibly go back to those memories?
So what is this? A key to a new home?
You don't know how tempted I was. I was gonna buy a little cottage up in Brentwood. I was gonna carry you across the threshold. Something tells me you're not gonna have anybody sweeping it off your feet for quite some time.
At this point, I think I need to be carrying my daughter.
Your old, what's her name?
I'll have to do something about that.
That's a tough one, though, huh? I mean, you're so used to naming all of your children after their fathers.
Well, I certainly can't do that this time. But it's more than that. I mean, this tiny little person has changed my life. Has changed me. Like nobody else ever has. And I want her name to have that same kind of significance. But I don't know, I think that Epiphany Logan is just a bit much. What do you think?
Logan, huh?
Oh, Whip. I haven't made up my mind yet.
No, look, that's okay. Because I have.
My mother wants to help Brooke raise her child.
Yes.
How does Brooke feel about that?
Oh, she's all for it.
What the hell happened while I was gone?
Oh, it's nothing new, Ridge. Mother's just doing what she always does, playing the martyr. She tied herself to Eric for your sake. I finally broke her loose from that. She turned around and she's doing the same thing all over again. She has this need to be needed. It's pathological. She's always running off to rescue someone.
Well, isn't that kind of what you were doing, rescuing her from Dad?
No, I wanted to teach her to stand up for herself, but she was not interested. I mean, she doesn't want her own life. She wants to devote herself to someone else's life.
Oh, Moss. I'm sorry. I know you must be terribly disappointed in all this. Listen, do you have dinner plans tonight?
It's genetic.
What's genetic? What are you talking about?
The martyr streak. Look, you don't want me anywhere near your place tonight, so you go home and be with your wife.
You gonna be okay?
Listen, I've survived this long. You go home, all right? I will see you in the morning. Early.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
You know what? Before you open that, I just want to tell you how damn impressed I am with you.
Every time you say that.
No, I think I need to have my head examined then.
Yes.
That's true, Brooke. You've done a lot to be proud of.
Whip, you just finished telling me I broke my own daughter's heart. Now we don't know how deeply that has affected her and the impact it's going to have on her life.
You think about it a lot.
All the time.
Even when you're with the baby?
Oh, yes. Especially then. That's one thing that Bridget asked of me. Said I give this child what I never gave her. And don't give me the pep talk about being such a wonderful mother. And look at how Bridget turned out. Because I know that I did some things right. But I also know that I could do some things better. And this time, that's what I'm going to do.
I'm sure of that. You're already well on your way. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Look at all you've done. I mean, you made peace with Stephanie. That was no easy feat, right? You had to swallow a lot of pride for that. But you did it. You did it because it was in the best interest of your little girl, so give yourself some credit.
Well, I do think I'm on the right road. I just know it's going to take a long time.
And I just want to do everything that I can to make it easy on you.
Yeah, that's something that we need to talk about. The kind of role that you're going to play in her life.
That's a conversation you've not been wanting to have.
You've been wonderful. You're an inspiration.
That's a new one.
No, Whip, I'm serious. The way you always put our needs ahead of yours. Not very graciously sometimes.
I'm no saint, Brooke.
I'm well aware.
Not as well aware as I'd like for you to be. Okay, enough of that. Go ahead. Open it.
A request for a transfer. An application for an annulment? Yeah, but what is this?
I'm leaving.
Welcome home.
Wow.
I was hoping you would say that.